Welcome back, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we're going to be looking at something very exciting. We're going to be looking at the new Snapshot, number 20W06A. Yes, I don't know why they name them like that. This is a snapshot for version 1.16, which I don't know when it's going to come out. Probably December, that's when they usually come out with those. But it is another update. A thing we have been waiting for a long time. So, we're going to start this video off by looking at a few different things in the Nether itself. And then we're going to go, and I've built a little showcase of all the blocks and everything. So, the first thing is, we have new biomes. And they also actually changed the original biome. It's the same, it's just called Nether Wastes now, instead of before, when it was just the Nether. Let's see if we can go find one of these biomes. Okay, so here we are. So this is called the Crimson Forest. We can see we got all these particles around which look like burning embers, and they look sweet. Another thing we can notice, if we step out into here, we can see the kind of fog in the distance changes. You can't really tell as much with this biome here because it makes it red, and it already is red. Well, anyway, we can see obviously there's a lot going on here, and obviously it's a forest with some really cool looking trees and some mushrooms and grass and all this stuff. So let's take a look at what we got here. So right here we have Crimson Nylon. That's this kind of grass netherrack stuff here. Looks really cool. We have Crimson Roots, which look kind of like grass. I really like those. Crimson Fungi. I wonder if there's a theme here. Obviously it's a mushroom. Now the interesting thing about these trees is they're not actually really trees. In fact, they are the crimson fungi just grown up. I do like how it's just like it almost is kind of random the way it generates the tops of these, unlike the trees or the mushrooms in the overworld where it's just like a standard, set of a few different looks. And I really like the way that has a bit of like a randomosity to it. Looks really nice. And also we can see we have some that are kind of thick and some that aren't. But so we can see a few things about these trees or whatever. Obviously they have these on them, these weeping vines, and they look incredible. So yeah, one thing about them, we can't climb them the way we can climb regular vines, and also you can just harvest them with your hand on survival. You don't even need shears like you do for regular vines, so that's kind of nice. So far I don't believe they have any other purpose other than looking cool. Same with these here, these Crimson Roots. And let's see, we also have these things here. They are shroom lights. So shroom lights, obviously you can tell they give off light, and they look kind of like glowstone. If we put them next to each other, we can see they have similarities. They give off light, they're found in the Nether, they're yellow, but we can also see they look really different. And a lot of people were like, oh, it's glowstone, but they're nothing alike. Another example we can see of how they're not alike is what happens when they're mined. Obviously glowstone, we all know we get glowstone dust, and we never get enough to actually make it. But if we mine this, if we mine it, it's just a block. So that's pretty cool, because they seem to give off just as much light as glowstone, but they're just so much easier. Also, don't be fooled, even though these may look like dirt, using a shovel is not what you want to do. You want to use your pick, and obviously we all know how that works. They seem to break just as quick as netherrack, maybe slightly quicker. Also, one thing before I leave this biome, we have these here. They are nether warp blocks, just in case you were wondering. Pretty sure that's it for this biome, so let's see if we can't go find another one. Alright, the second biome we're going to look at today is called the Warped Forest. This is what it looks like. Maybe I can find over here. This is kind of a better way. You can tell it looks a lot like the Crimson Forest, but blue. And that's because it is. It is a lot like it. Let's see. We have warped fungi, which, just as the and we have these warped stems, warped warp block. Again, we have those guys. We have warped nylium, very lovely. We have warped roots, and we have nether sprouts. These guys are really cool. You don't really notice them unless you're going out of your way, but they do add just so much to the landscape. Just some little tiny grass. And yeah, we also have this purple fog. See, it is really cool. Except that really sudden change between the two is kind of trippy for your eyes. Hopefully Mojang will get that fixed up. One thing I have realized is lava doesn't really burn these guys up. Like, I mean, they might catch fire, but they won't, the blocks won't burn up and be gone, which is kind of nice, actually. And we're about to get to that here in a minute, after we go and check out the third biome on our list. Okay, so we've stumbled across the third biome on today's list. It is the one, the only, the Soul Sand Valley, and these look awesome. First thing everyone probably noticed was this amazing blue fire. That is awesome. I love that. It's really easy. You basically just get flint and steel, and you light some of this soul soil on fire, and boom. There we go. Blue fire. It looks awesome. Definitely gonna put some of that in my base when this comes out. And then here we have these. These look incredible. They really bring the look of the biome together. They are called basalt pillars. These are, and they're really cool. And you place them, you can put them in different directions, like logs. So that is going to be very neat for building. I don't know if they're going to have any other log-style features, like planks or anything. And all of these gasps are loud. Get out of my face. 1 minute. I'm gonna eliminate some of these guys. Awesome. Headshot. All of my shots are headshots. No, but so it seems like they just keep spawning. I don't know if that's a thing. Also, because you can see by all this XP on the ground, this is not natural generation. This is me killing gas. 1 minute. There we go. Quiet. Lovely. Peaceful. But, yes. I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe gas are spawn more commonly here. Possibly just because of the open spaces. But one thing I do tend to see here a lot are skeletons and Enderman. I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just coincidence. But yeah, maybe this would make it. Maybe this is an easier way to make some Enderman farms without having to go to the end. Might like that. Loser. Also, we can see there's these fossils. Kind of glad to actually see these in a way where you can find them, because I know they have them in the actual game, but I have never found them because they are really rare. But they're not rare here, which is amazing. For bone block, I guess. Also, this blue fog looks just incredible. Everything about this biome looks incredible. Oh, another thing about this soul soil is it doesn't slow you down the way soul sand does. So that is just a very, very cool thing. Okay, so now that we've seen the 3 biomes, let's go ahead and take a look at the different things that we saw there in a little bit more depth. Yeah, let's get right to it. Okay, so let's start. I've set up little showcases of each of the 3 different biomes. So first off, let's look. Actually, let's look at the red one first, because that was the first one that we went to. So we can see, obviously, I made this, and it looks beautiful, exactly like it. One thing I think is funny, sometimes trees just look really derpy. But, so, let's see. First off, we have, obviously, a lot of different blocks here. We have the Crimson Nylium, and as you can see here, it doesn't take away that, like, grass stuff. You put it on top of each other. Next, we have the Crimson Stems, which basically they act like logs, and they have like this maroon kind of color. We also see we have stripped Crimson Stem, and we can see that easily if we take an axe and just do that. Then we can strip it just like we would any other kind of wood. We have planks, stairs, slab, fence gate, you know, the whole shebang, which is really nice to have an entirely new wood set. And this maroon is kind of an intense color here. Like, we just compare it to just regular oak planks. Wow, that is quite the difference. Next up, we have these doors, which look incredible. I love those. We also have trapdoors, which look really nice and clean there. We have pressure plates, buttons. We have signs, very cool red stuff. And then we have a crimson roots, crimson fungi, weeping vines, and then another warp block. Now, one thing I want to show you about the crimson fungi, this is exactly the same with the warped fungi, is you can place them on grass, place them on podzol. You cannot place them on mycelium, this stuff here, in mushroom biome. I did not know that until I was like, why isn't this placing, when I was trying to build my showcase here. So another neat thing is if you place them here, let's say I put it on some of this, and let's get some bone meal. We can go ahead and we can turn it into one of the trees, which is amazing. But if it's right here, we can just sit there and give it. But if it's on any kind of grass other than this, it won't grow. Also, you can place the different roots on grass also. Let's take a look at the warp forest. So we have a lot of the same things. We have obviously the nylium. We have warped stems, which look really cool, and the stems on both are actually animated if you look closely. Then of course we have the stripped stems, and then we have, you know, planks, stairs, etc., etc. Now, I really like these doors. These are, I mean, those ones are awesome. Don't get me wrong. These ones I certainly like better. They just, they have this like mysterious kind of mystical, magical look to them. Like I just imagine seeing this in like some kind of mystical like swamp or something. Like it looks like there's like vines growing on the door, and I really like that. Also, the trapdoor kind of keeps that same kind of look. I really like it. And then we have pressure plate, button, obviously, you know, signs, very cool blue stuff. Oh, one thing though I do want to point out is, boom, that is a difference. Very intense colors. I really like it. Good job, Mojang. And then we have um, warped roots, warped fungi, nether sprouts, and warped nether block. Again, you can place these on either of those, but it will only grow if it's right there. Like so. Oh wow, that is huge. I love the huge trees. Those are, wow. That is intense. I love that. Alright, so I do have kind of some door things. These look kind of nice. This maroon one looks really good with the warped stems. That looks just really good in general. So let's look over here. So not too many blocks. We have obviously soul sand. We all know that one. Soul soil with our blue fire. I already showed you how to make that, I believe. Basically, you just take the flint and steel, put it there. There we go. Now, along with those, we have Soulfire Torch and Soulfire Lantern, which look really awesome. They do slightly less light than the standard, but hey, they look cool. And then we have our basalt, which, you know, place like logs. So that's going to be really cool for building. You can kind of probably use it to make some nice looking trees, because they kind of look like logs, honestly. I would love to see some people using these to make like a petrified forest for like an adventure map, or just even in their single players to look cool. Again, I don't know if these have any other purpose. As of now, I believe they don't, but we never know. And then over here, kind of showcasing these, they do actually give off light, as we saw in the nether. Now I'm going to show you how you would craft these torch and lantern here. So if we grab these, we can put them in there. So we see we can make regular torches like that, but if we put soul soil beneath it, there we go. Whoa, that's a lot. that's a lot. So now if we put this here, now wasn't expecting this, but started with iron nuggets, and there is your lantern. Wow, easy as that. And they just look incredible. I can't tell, they don't actually have the flicker animation that normal lanterns do. We see it does that. So this may just be something they haven't put in yet. This is the first snapshot, so I would not be surprised. But I will say, even without that, they look pretty cool. But hopefully they do get that, because I don't know, but that just adds really good touch. Just something you don't really notice, but it's in the back of your mind, and it really adds kind of a good feeling to it. And so last but definitely not least, here is the moment, I don't know about you, but here's the moment I have been waiting to showcase, and that is netherite. So obviously we see here we got some netherite blocks, netherite ingot. These are called nether scraps. These are ancient debris, which are used highly in the process of making it. Now we see over here we have a brand new armor set, and it looks literally amazing. How do I? There we go. This looks really sweet. Like, wow, I look like a gladiator. And yeah, I would not want to fight someone with this armor. So we can see, well, we can see a few things. Is if we compare it if we hold on, we compare it to diamond armor, it's actually better. So if we look here, armor toughness, that's their durability, and these actually, I forgot the button to show the durability on your armor and tools, but they actually have about 500 more points of durability, which is rather impressive. We also have an entire tool set of them. So we see here pickaxe, shovel, axe, hoe, sword, and the attack is 8. And so we all know diamond sword is only a 7. And then 6, 5, 6.5, and 5.5, 10, 9, 1, and well, also 1. Another interesting thing is any netherite thing, whether it be tools or armor or just the ingots or blocks or the scraps or anything, you can throw it in lava and it doesn't actually burn up. It just floats to the top and you can pick it up again. So you may be wondering, how do we get this into like these? So first we get our ancient debris and we have to smelt that in a furnace. Obviously you can use a blast furnace and that'll go faster, but just for example I'm using this. And so that's how you get netherite scraps. So you take the scraps and you take gold and you craft them together. You get 4 gold and you get 4 scraps, and then you get netherite ingot. These can be in any order you want. It's shapeless crafting, so you can just put it however you want. That's how you get netherite ingot. And so then you get your ingots, and obviously you can put 9 in a crafting bench and get a block. Or what you can do is, if you get any piece of diamond equipment, you put it in with it, and there you go. There you go. And so it's basically just an upgrade to it. Now, in this current snapshot, you're actually able to do it with damage tools, and it will completely repair them. I don't know if they're going to keep that. I mean, it doesn't really make sense. That's kind of weird. But I guess you never know. So yeah. Now, I guess you're probably wondering how we obtain these, because I mentioned that I would tell you. So I will show you how to get the ancient debris here if we go back into the nether. Okay guys, so we're in the nether, and so ancient debris spawns really low in the nether. So I'm just gonna go into spectator here. So if we go down, like really low down, see we're at Y9 right now, which should be, honestly, should be plenty. Let's see if we can find some. It's also really rare.
5 minutes later.
Ah, here we go. We have found some. We found a piece. We found... Oh, there we go. We found some. We found a piece here. Lovely. In the lava. But anyway, yes. We found this one piece. And... yeah, so that's about how rare it is. And we are currently at Y... let's see. Looking at... Y18. Yeah. So... yeah, it's pretty low down. That's basically where it spawns, low down, in, I believe, increments of 1, and it is, oh, here's another one, but it is incredibly rare, and most times buried in lava. So, I don't know. Will it be worth it? I'm not entirely sure. Another thing I would like to mention is, so one thing that we were supposed to be seeing in this update that for some reason isn't actually in the snapshot is piglins, which we're supposed to be able to trade or barter with them and give them gold and stuff and find them in bastions. And we're, we're supposed to be able to trade with them, but they're not in here. I looked. There is no spawn egg. We have our hoglins, we have our pigmen, but no piglins. And I'm actually kind of upset about that because I wanted to look at them in this video, but I guess we can't. But maybe they'll make obtaining the netherite easier. Maybe you'll be able to get the netherite scraps, or maybe the ancient debris from them. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's something that you would like to see. I know I would. If so, make sure you go ahead and put that in the comments. Some more things about netherite is obviously the armor is better than diamond, and the tools are better than diamond, both in durability and in just overall performance, and they actually mine faster than diamond too. Not a whole lot more noticeably faster, but still it is faster. So yeah, do you like netherite? I think I do. I think I can't wait to get it, at least in the armor, just for the fact that it looks amazing. It is kind of nice that um, it doesn't burn up, which is kind of nice if you're doing something with lava. You know, all of your stuff will burn up except for your netherite tools and stuff. Things you worked so hard to find won't burn up. Okay, we are about to a close, but there's one last thing I want to show you guys before I finish up, and that is what is over here. Yes, we finally have walls that act like walls. So yeah, I guess this is probably one of the closest thing to vertical slabs we're gonna get for a while or ever. So yeah, that's very cool. I don't know if that's something that you've really been wanting, but personally, even though I don't use them much, I do kind of like the idea of having that. That's, you know, having a stone fence that's just kind of tall, you know. So anyway, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. If you really liked it, go ahead and subscribe. If there was anything in this video that I missed that you've seen in the snapshot that I haven't, go ahead and leave that in the comments. And yeah, just thank you for watching this video. I know it was kind of long, but thank you very much for that. That's just very helpful to me. Also, I realized the other day I actually have 20 subscribers, so I'd like to thank everyone who subscribes to me for making that possible. I know that's not a very big number, but it's 20 more subscribers than I was expecting to have when I started my channel. So yeah, if you'd like to see that number go up, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.